So I've just finished praying Jum'ah prayer here at Süleymaniye. This is one of the more famous mosques here in Istanbul. It sits on the highest hill of the 7 hills of Istanbul, and it was commissioned by Kanuni Suleyman, who was Suleyman the Magnificent, who reigned for the longest time here in the Ottoman Empire, almost 46 years, and is considered to have ruled, according to most historians, at the peak of the Ottoman Empire in terms of economics and socially and culturally. And the mosque was designed and built by famous architect Sinan, Mimar Sinan, Mimar meaning architect. And many people consider this his crown jewel or masterpiece. But it is also believed that Mimar Sinan himself considered his crown jewel to be the mosque in Edirne, primarily because here he still had to rely on these massive columns to hold up the dome, and Mimar Sinan really wanted to do what hasn't really been done in any large mosque, the way it was done in Hagia Sophia, which is the kind of suspended dome, the dome that's in the air and is not being held up by any massive columns. So as such, he managed to accomplish this in the mosque in Edirne, and that's kind of where he believes he really reached his peak of his accomplishments. But this is still a masterpiece in and of itself, and up until just about a few years ago, this was the largest mosque in Istanbul and the second largest in Turkey. The largest being the one in Ankara, which was also built in the modern era. And then the largest in Istanbul now is Çamlıca, which is built on the Çamlıca Hill, at the very top of the Çamlıca Hill on the Asian side. And that was built a few years ago, also in classical Ottoman style. This is also one of the few mosques that I've seen that has literature on Islam, on the Ottomans, and in all kinds of languages.
Okay. Well, with this one.
And you might also be able to find certain guides here that are working, or volunteering rather, that can give you kind of tours of the mosque, which again also you might not find in most of the other mosques here in Istanbul. As you can see, it's pretty emptied out. It's only been about maybe half hour since Jum'ah finished. So if you were to come here for Jum'ah, just wait a little bit, you could get most of the place to yourself. Walk to the windows here and just kind of get a quick view of what's outside. These windows are really nice in the summer months, because you have the windows open on both sides of the mosque. It's really nice breeze. So it's not really as much of a need for air conditioning. So as you can see, because it's you actually get a pretty good view of the city and the Bosphorus. Back there, you'll see Galata Tower. On the other side of the Golden Horn. these cascading domes that you see are actually, if you were to go down, you would walk into the kulliya or campus that I was describing earlier. So you'd see some facilities, university programs, and a few other things there. Here's the entryway to Kanuni Suleyman, or Suleyman Magnificence tomb. Kanuni, by the way, means the lawgiver or the lawmaker, because he was famous for codifying Ottoman code or Ottoman legal structure. And here is the entryway to the tomb of his wife, Sultan, who was a very famous and influential wife of the Sultan. So I just came from the other building where Sultan Suleyman is buried, as well as a couple other sultans from his lineage. Sultan Suleyman II and Sultan Ahmed II are also buried there, along with Sultan Suleyman's daughter and a couple other people from the family. In this building you have Sultan, who is the wife of Sultan Suleyman. You have Shahzad Mahmud, who was also one of the sons of Sultan Suleyman, and Hanem Sultan was also a family member of Kanuni Suleyman. And you'll see the mausoleum is quite nicely decorated. see a lot of the old Ottoman tombs will have descriptions of the individual written from top to bottom, like this, either what they did or some praises of them. It can vary based on the tomb, and you'll see at the top of the tomb it'll have, sometimes, not necessarily in all of them it seems like, but it'll have like some kind of indicator of their profession or their what they used to do. So you'll have like a turban here that might denote like a scholar or a sheikh of some sort. You'll see one of these has this one had a fez on it. There are some that you might see that indicate if they were sailors or fishermen. Will have certain things indicating that, like an anchor or something of the sort. So this was a way for people to know who's buried where and kind of make their tomb a little bit unique. So you'll see it's quite detailed, a lot of descriptions here.